Welcome back to the TinyCamperGang channel, guys. On this episode, we decided to go all the way down to Augusta, Georgia. Now, the drive was about 12 hours for us initially, but we ended up splitting it up. We stopped at Gatlinburg, Tennessee for the first night and then continued down for the second night. Now, the reason why we stop at Gatlinburg, Tennessee a lot is because, well, it usually is our halfway point over to the East Coast. Plus, we really enjoy Gatlinburg, Tennessee. So just like any other TinyCamperGang episode, we did encounter some bizarre weather. At Gatlinburg, it was snowing, and then it was nice and warm in Augusta. So once we got to Gatlinburg, Nat wanted to check out this place called The Island. So we stopped there after we set up camp at our campsite. So we had never been to this side of Gatlinburg, so it was actually pretty awesome to see. It was really cold while we were there, so I could imagine that's why there weren't that many people out. Well, we don't really like large crowds anyways, so it worked out to our benefit. So at this point, we're pretty hungry and we're looking for a place to eat. There was a ton of things to do there too for the families. We're definitely planning a trip to go back there in July of 2020 if everything goes away with the pandemic stuff. We ended up going to a place called Timberwood Grill to eat dinner. There's just something about going into a restaurant or a business when it's freezing outside that makes it so much better. You get like that blast of warm air and it's just so cozy. So I ended up going with a dark ale right before dinner, and man, it hit the spot. It was one of their home brews that they make there, so it was definitely local. So it did have a very unique vibe to it with all the animals watching us as we ate, but we didn't let it bother us. It's different, and that's what we're in the experience for. After dinner, we decided to walk around and check out the rest of the area. I really wanted to play that thing, but I couldn't find anybody there to tend to it. As I was messing around over there, Nat was checking out the arcade, so I met her up over there. And it was empty, even inside the arcade. When I saw the arcade, I thought about my younger family members and how we're going back there in July and how they would love it. So they also did have some shops in there you could buy from. I mean, they had pretty much everything you could think of, except for like a grocery store, I guess. But there was clothes and toys. I mean, I guess it was like an outside mall. So outside, now that it was nighttime, you could see these fountain lights going off. They had some really loud music there. I mean, I would play it, but I'm pretty sure YouTube would copyright the video and take it down. So I guess you just have to listen to this music with it. But it did dance to the music, so it was pretty cool. We sat there and watched the whole show, and then it was time to go back to the camper because we had a big drive ahead of us the next morning. So there was snow in the forecast coming up the next day, but we didn't let it bother us. We're pretty confident with the Jeep. So right before the storm hit, we were about to leave. If you look closely, you can kind of see the snowflakes starting to fall. So it was going to come down pretty heavy there. So we decided to boogie on out of there before we have another destined trip case that happened with us in the snow. So this is the campground that we stayed at. It was the Yogi Bear campground in Pigeon Forge, right next to Dollywood. I mean like 2 minutes away from Dollywood. It's a beautiful campground and we definitely plan on staying again soon. Don't exactly know when, but we'll be bringing the family when we do next time. Each space is actually paved, so and they're actually pretty level. I didn't even have to unhook the Jeep to get leveled. I just used the air suspension to lower it down a little bit. Excellent facility, super nice campground host. 10 out of 10, we'll be back again. So finally we made it to Georgia. Oh man. We used to live in Georgia a few years ago, so it was super nostalgic driving through this area. By the time we set up camp and had dinner, it was already dark. So we just relaxed. And that was the end of our first night in Georgia. We had finally reached our destination. The next morning we decided to get out and walk around the campground, check it out.
This one's better. Looking back, yeah.
So the name of this campground was Points West on Lake Thurmond. It's actually a resort. And yeah, that's a real anchor from a real ship. It's huge. We are cooking in the morning here with the Tiny Camper Gang. What are you cooking, babe?
Spinach omelet.
Oh. What are you eating for breakfast?
Strawberries and bananas.
Healthy. These are our closest neighbors. We have another guest on the Tiny Camper Gang. Yep. Welcome to the party. This is Porter, everybody. Family friend. Brother from another mother. There's Maxie. We're just enjoying the sunset by the campfire. Yeah, we worked hard on this one. Actually, no, we didn't. This one came really lucky for us. But yeah, beautiful day. Another beautiful day in the camping world. Nice big site. Relaxed. That was the end of our trip to Augusta, Georgia. This trip was more about relaxing and meeting up with old friends to make new memories. And I feel like we accomplished that. It's probably the most relaxing trip I've ever done with the family, the Tiny Camper Gang. It was nice seeing old friends. It was nice seeing our old place where we used to live. This is our drive back home. All 12 hours of it. No, I cut it out. I wasn't gonna bore you guys with the whole 12 hours. But this is just part of our drive home. We did it in one day. We only stopped for fuel and food. So it felt like forever, but it was definitely worth it. Hopefully next time we can stay at Augusta, Georgia for just a little longer. Thanks for watching. The Tiny Camper Gang is out.